All right, thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. Today is November 5th, 2025. This is our 5 o'clock work session. Please join me in standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All righty, welcome everyone. Appreciate everybody being with us tonight. First thing I'm going to do is invite Mr. Ben Griffith up, and please introduce yourself, even though I guess I already did, and let us know who you're with, and appreciate you being here tonight.
Thank you, Joseph. My name's Ben Griffith. I'm with Frankfurt Interfaith Council, and I'm here with the blessings of Reverend Whitlock. May we pray. Dear God, creator of us all, as we enter into the season of harvest and thanksgiving, we remember that you provide us everything, and everything you provide is given freely. We humbly acknowledge you sustain us. Thank you, God, for breath, for life, for this earth. As these elected officials of Franklin County meet here tonight, hold them up. Remind them that all work is done for the common welfare of our citizens, even the least of these, and grant them the wisdom to listen to thy Spirit's guidance. We give our appreciation and thanks to this court as it discerns with its sweat, hard work, commitment to make decisions for the common good. Bless all those who speak here, present here, consider, record minutes, do the preparations, the technical work of the court. To those who empty the trash cans and mop the floors, to all those who maintain this beautiful county and serve its citizens. Too often we take your service for granted. You all make our lives better. We give you our sincere thanks. Job well done. Now, God of us all, we begin this proceeding with you in our hearts. Put us in the right mind to do the work before us tonight. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much for being with us tonight. Alrighty, next I'm going to ask public comments. Is there anyone that would like to speak about any matter? Seeing none, we're going to jump right into. We have a presentation by. Nope. You want to wait? That's fine.
She's fine.
No worries. We'll jump around. Okay. We're going to just move around a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and call Justin up from the road department. We'll go ahead and do the road department update. Not a problem. How are you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm doing well. How are y'all?
Doing well. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you all. So the crew's been out, the leaf vac and limb crew. Leaves are really picking up right now, so they've been out all over the county. Today was the last yard waste Wednesday, so wrapped that up. Guys hauled more compost to the landfill. They finished that up last week. Got that in pretty good shape. Patching crew's been out. We got the blacktop pad, wash pad, got that complete down at the new shop. Hoop barn went up today, so
Nice.
that was very good. They're finished up with it, so we'll be able to put all of our snow equipment in, get all that on the roof. We also put in the ballards around the building, so got all that taken care of. Fire department parking lot, did some work up there, some blacktop, got it done. A couple culverts out there got finished up. Salt order was complete. Everything's been ordered, filled up. So we got coming up this week, tomorrow actually, we got some sign training for some guys down there. Get that going. And upcoming is just culverts and tree work and patching.
All right, good deal. Before I call our new road super up, I'm going to ask the court, does anybody have any questions for Justin? Eric? Corey Wisman, I'm sorry.
Justin, for leaf pickup, what's the number to call for
875-8760.
to schedule for anyone in the county?
Road department.
Thanks.
Yep.
And that's probably something, Andrew, you could put on our social media too. That'd probably help everybody
Yeah.
to go ahead and put that number out there.
Allie put it out on solid waste today,
Yeah.
but it's
Perfect.
must have gone
Yeah.
all of them.
Squire Harrod.
Justin, thanks for standing up, standing in, man. You did a good job.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask next time if you can maybe bring some pictures of the new hoop place. That'd be cool to see, because most of us were down there for the ribbon cutting last
Yeah.
week, so we're pretty familiar with everything except the washout pad you all just poured. Did the machine work okay? I know when I was talking to the guys, they were a little worried.
It did. They were worried, got some kinks worked out with the first pull, but after that, everything went smooth.
Perfect.
So,
Good.
was able to get that done. And,
Good deal.
yep, the guys were finishing up, strapping down the hoop barn when we left, so.
Good deal. No problem with drilling those holes or anything?
Yeah, we took the rock drill, got it, and everything worked out.
That'd be a big difference. Squire Tanner?
I don't have a question, I have a comment. I just want to back up what Mike said here. You're doing a great job, so is everybody else out there. It's fantastic. Y'all work constantly and keep this county, as the Reverend said, it's a great place, and y'all are a big reason why.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Good deal. I'm gonna now invite Mr. Mike Dees up. He is our new road superintendent. We voted on him just last week. Had a lot of people call saying, Judge, good choice there, and I knew it was. You know, we talked for a long time, and a lot of the magistrates had worked with you when you were with the state, so please say a few words.
Well, I just appreciate the opportunity to be able to have this job, and really impressed with the guys we got down there. I didn't know for sure what I was coming into, but I'm really impressed with what we got. I think we got a bright future ahead of us.
Good. We appreciate that. And welcome to the team.
Yeah, Mike, welcome. Good to see you again.
Yes, sir.
Glad to gonna be working with you.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Welcome
Squire.
aboard.
Thank you.
My neighbor lives across the road, technically right close, very close. It's Chris Smith, and you might know Chris Smith.
Yes, sir.
He speaks mighty highly of you also, so we're glad you're here.
Good. Appreciate that.
We'll let you off easy tonight. That's all we have. Just
Thank
want to
you.
say welcome.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and do judge's report. If that's okay with everybody. Andrew, we're gonna jump around a little bit, okay?
All good, Judge, yeah.
Alrighty, on the 29th, I think everybody was in attendance. We did the Franklin County Health Department Town Hall meeting. Again, we appreciate Judy Madley and her team opening that building up to us. We had a heck of a turnout. I didn't count everybody, but I mean, I'd say probably close to 100 people. So it was a great turnout to talk about the potentials of our new park that we're gonna be building together. So we really appreciate you all coming out and the community coming out. On the 29th, there was a trunk or treat at the Dominion of Frankfort. So I believe there's some pictures there. So that's a great place. If you all haven't been there, we were just there again today. And it's amazing how many people that we know that are there, you know, from our community. It's a very, very nice facility. Staff is great. They communicate well. So there's old Peggy Dungan there. It's from downtown. So yeah, it's just a great group of people out there. So they enjoyed their time with Trunk or Treat. On the same night, the Frankfort Police Department had one. So there's fire department there, city boys. So I do know some of our guys and girls were out there too. There's our jailer Hopper. So that was a big night had by all. I think the weather cooperated finally for Halloween, so that's always good. And then on Saturday at Thornhill, oh, there's some more. Okay, keep doing your pictures, Andrew. I'm not sure how many you have here. All right, so here we go. So here's Thornhill. They had a really cool event, Voices Raising for Voters' Rights. So, you know, it's Deb Gardner. I think I got that name right. Deb Gardner? Gardner, thank you. Put it together, contacted us. So just really appreciative of all these organizations in our community that are working extremely hard to make people's lives better. So can't say enough things about Thornhill and Deb for working on that. It's kind of become her passion in life. From the first time I met her, I think when I was running for the last court, I knocked on a door and she filled me in who she was, and she was trying, at that time, she was still trying to get her voter rights back. So pretty cool to see people doing the good work, yes. And then last night, some of us talked about it prior to the meeting started. It was the annual Yes Card Voices kind of heard. Ben Solee and Jackie Duvall were the MCs. A lot of you all know Ben's a heck of a musician that travels all over the world playing his cello, and he really promotes Kentucky. And years ago, you know, his band member, his long life buddy, Jordan Ellis, committed suicide. And so he had started something similar with Jordan's family. And they most of, you know, his dad and brother played in the band there last night. But it's kind of, they've kind of gotten together with the Yes Card, and they're doing this event together. But the Grand Theater was packed last night. I believe every seat was taken. The kids in our community, karate clubs and cheerleaders and bands, and it's really just showcased what you can do with the Yes card. And I think this year it's $400 per student, and I think it's the 6th, 7th, 8th grade. So it's really, it's Iceland Prevention. Amelia Berry has been on this for many, many years, but it's encouraging to see that it's starting to make a change. It's starting to make a difference in this community. So very, very cool thing there last night. Today there's a fundraiser for Rockin' for Kids. It was at the VFW. It's for the new, I'm not going to get this right, I don't have it written down, William Crisis Nursery Center. William, that's close. I got most of that right. But Rachel Moore doing a phenomenal job. She's trying to get ahead of some things in this community with a lot of people. But they had a lot of auction items. They had a lot of people there. Chili was a little spicy, but kind of like it that way. So, but it was good. So appreciate. I think it was Optimus and Rotary, and they all jumped in to help out. So very, very nice event. And then, like I said earlier, after that, there's our sheriff right there. And then after that, we went over to the, they did a Veterans Wall over at Dominion. Very, very cool. The Lieutenant Governor came and spoke. One or two members of the audience there spoke about other branches, not just the 4 branches, everyone else who really helps this country do what we do, from disease center to everybody else. So it was just a really, really nice event. Emotional, and then, but it was a lot of people there. Every seat I think was taken. So very, very nice event, and very appreciative of what they do over there at Dominion. So upcoming events on 11/6 is the ribbon cutting at the new West Banco there at 120. Oh, we got, okay, that's coming too. Alrighty, sorry, I put something for that. And I want to thank Jenny Durr, my executive assistant, for putting these together for me, because it does help. So I try to keep up with what everybody's doing. The ribbon cutting for West Banco is on the 6th. Do you remember what time that was, Jack? 11:30 over there at Franklin Square. So everybody's welcome to that. And then Andrew already has the candlelight tour that's going to be this year in downtown, November 13th through 15th. So hopefully the weather will act somewhat okay, but it looks like we're getting ready to get into some rough stuff here. But I know they're going to have lighting of the Christmas tree, horse carriage rides for all ages on Friday and Saturday, petting zoo, all ages, Thursday and Saturday, Santa Claus and holiday characters for photo ops, special holiday activities, and then live music on St. Clair Mall on Saturday from 6 to 8. So, oh, and there's more. Food and drinks to warm you up, window decorating contest sponsored by AE Electric, holiday tours at local museums and history sites, pajama sip and shop cocktail stroll, shop with your favorite holiday drink in hand while wearing your coziest PJs, free trolley rides, and then holiday carolings on Friday. So hopefully everybody can make it down for that. On the 15th is the 3rd annual Turkey Extravaganza at the Monte Carlo venue at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. I'll give a shout out to Ronnie Robinson. He's really bringing this to fruition. A lot of community partners stepping up this year. I know they've been collecting hats and gloves and everything too for this event. They have a list. They're going to take care of the flood victims first, and then I think Wanda Joyce kids. But it's thousands of dollars worth of turkey. So for everybody who can't potentially afford a turkey for Thanksgiving, we are all going to help with that. So this community is really, can't say enough good things about it. And just side note, Ronnie did get the Ed Poe Award last night for all the community things that he did during the flood. And also last night, and I'm jumping around now, but Charlie Kendall, who is just an amazing guy, he got the Ed Council Award for everything he's doing. And actually tonight I was supposed to be at the Bluegrass Ad annual meeting, and he's getting a big award there tonight, Charlie Kendall, for all the work that he's doing with our opioids and ASAP and everything. On the 23rd, I just want to remind the magistrates we're going to be volunteering at the men's shelter for our annual Thanksgiving meal. And then on the 27th is the annual Walk for Awareness. Starts at 8 o'clock at the VFW post 4075, and it's for the Access Soup Kitchen and Men's Shelter. So that is my judge's report. So I believe now, it looks like we have everybody here. We're going to go ahead and turn this over to the net recovery presentation, and please just state your name and who you are and what you do, and welcome.
Hi, everybody. My name is Rebecca Mutch. I am the Community Liaison for Net Recovery. It's nice to be back here, so thank you for having us. So as you guys know, Franklin County had sponsored 15 residents to be treated using the NET device, so we have now treated those 15 people, so I'm here to give you an update on what that's looking like and what is new with us in our company. So just to start with updates for NET specifically, we are no longer only treating at Isaiah House and detention centers. We have started partnering with other treatment facilities. We are now in Yonder, which is in Berea, Altogether Recovery, which is in Danville, and then we're also doing kind of like a recovery housing model option for people that don't necessarily fit into the residential treatment portion. So like if somebody was wanting to come off of medication, but they have a job and their families and everything, we've started in 2 different recovery housing models, one in Georgetown and one in Louisville. We have also signed on new detention centers, so we are now currently in Franklin, Scott, Oldham, Meade, Montgomery, Bourbon, and Woodford. One thing that we have kind of run into a hiccup with, and we have been trying to figure out the best mode of doing this, is collecting follow-up data on the people that we have treated. This population of people can be a little difficult to get in touch with. A lot of times when they are coming into treatment or into jail, they don't have a cell phone or they go through multiple different phone numbers. So we were kind of struggling with getting back in contact with people to find out, how it had been since they were treated. What we had first tried to do was we had implemented an app that people could download once they leave treatment or leave jail, and they could do like a self-report on the app. We weren't having a whole lot of engagement with that, unfortunately, so we pivoted, and so we actually just recently started a pilot program to, for us personally, to reach out to people and ask not only if they are using illicit substances or medication, but also lifestyle changes. Have they been incarcerated? Are they, do they have stable housing? Have they rebuilt family relationships and different things? So we just started that on a handful of people so we can figure out working out the kinks. One thing we are doing going forward, though, is as a part of their treatment when they are first treated, is we will be getting as much contact data as we possibly can. Cell phone, alternate phone number, social media, email, like all of the things, so that we can track them down and find out what their life is like now that they've been treated. In that pilot program, which was a small group of people, there were 3 Franklin County residents that we were able to reach. I am happy to report that those 3 people, they have had stable housing. They have not been incarcerated, and they have remained abstinent, including from medications, since they were treated. 2 of them are working full-time. 1 of them is in the process of finding a job right now. And so for the actual Franklin County treatments, I do have some specific data on that. Out of the 15 that were allotted to Franklin County, 7 of them were treated in the detention center, 8 of them were treated at Isaiah House. 13 of them were treated for more than 1 substance. A lot of them were more than 2 substances. The most common ones that we saw were fentanyl and stimulants. 10 of those 15 treatments had a 100% reduction in their withdrawal severity scale, which includes their craving levels. So at the end of treatment, they had 0 cravings. 2 of them had 85% reduction. 3 had a lower overall reduction in withdrawal severity, but they all reported a 0 craving level. So those are fantastic numbers to be able to report to you. But I feel that the most valuable information that you'll receive from us tonight is from personal testimony of people that have been treated themselves. So I would like to introduce you to Michelle Warfield. Did I say that right? Okay, yes, I did. Thank you, Michelle.
I have some
Welcome.
notes. Thank you. I learned about the net device at church by Charlie Metzger. I was skeptical at first. I hadn't heard of it before. But I had been on Suboxone for a few years, and so I wanted to try it to get off of it. August 11th, I was hooked up to the device. I was already having withdrawal symptoms because I hadn't taken any Suboxone for 24 hours beforehand. Within 30 minutes, the withdrawal was gone. I was on the device from August 11th. I went home August 14th, and I haven't had any cravings at all since then. I'm completely clean now. My relationships with my kids it has improved. I mean, my 24-year-old daughter just bought me a car, so it's improved a lot. I've gotten back into community. Now I'm helping people with addiction and kids that potentially could become addicts, and I'm getting reattached to the community. So it has been a really life-changing experience for me, and it has the potential to help a lot of people. That's all.
Thank you very much. Well, and I want to first say congratulations on your sobriety.
Absolutely.
It's a day at a time, and that's awesome. Yep.
There were a couple videos, I believe, that were included in your iPads, which is a new thing, right, on the iPad. So I don't know if we want to play those right now, or if you guys want to watch them in your own time,
I think
or.
it'd be great to play The Gentleman.
Okay.
Because it's brief, but it says a lot,
Okay.
I think.
Andrew?
It's the one you had on before, Andrew, when we first came in.
Okay, yeah, we can play that.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.
Yeah, great, here we go.
Ready when you are.
All right. I'm going to go now. You know, thing is about this device is, if I knew about it 20 years ago, $1 million, I gave everything I had to give. And I think everybody ought to have this opportunity to actually feel what I'm feeling right now. I'm 55. I've been an addict for 25 years, not a day sober until 4 months ago. I relapsed 2 weeks ago. And through yesterday, I got this device, and within an hour's time, you know, my mind was so clear and unfoggy that opportunities opened up that I didn't even realize I even had. You know, and it's amazing, you know. And then I got in here talking to my therapist a while ago, and remorse, I never had it. Didn't give a shit about nobody, about myself, get my next fix, get my next high. But now, it's so different, you know. It's like I'm reborn. It's just amazing. You know?
Very nice.
So these are the lives that are being personally touched by the net device and by counties like Franklin County that have decided to help sponsor and bring access to this treatment to as many people as possible. I did include in that packet the amendment for if you guys did decide that you wanted to continue to sponsor people, what that might look like. I believe it's going to the Finance Committee first before there's any discussion about it, but I wanted to make sure that you guys had as much information and updates as possible to go into that with as much info as you could.
Can I ask a couple questions?
Absolutely.
We'll go first, Claire.
We didn't get that information. It's just if it can be circulated, or I didn't.
What information?
Whatever packet that's coming to us, I don't know.
Yeah.
The videos and things, so
Oh.
we can get those circulated
Okay.
to us. Just if there's anything that you wanted to speak to that was specific, I don't have it at least.
Oh, okay, it was just the videos and then.
So the videos are kind of testimonials?
Yeah,
Okay,
testimonials, and then
gotcha.
there should have been a letter that was written to the court also, and then just the amendment. It's a blank amendment, it doesn't have any numbers in it, but just what that would look like if you
Would the
did
court
decide.
rather just us email that to you, or you want to just add it to the packets?
Whatever.
Either way.
Either way works.
I might just email it just so it doesn't get buried, so everybody has it, or Jenny can help. So, okay. Squire Tanner.
Can I ask a couple of questions?
Yeah.
Sure can.
First of all, I'd say that it looks like a wise expenditure out of the opioid money to go there to, if we can help anybody or, but two questions, the question I have is once you've gone through the net recovery option and you have to go into a treatment center like the Isaiah House, do the participants get a choice?
To use the device or to go to
No,
treatment?
where they go. You said you had more options now than
Oh, yeah,
the Isaiah House.
absolutely.
So do they get to pick? You get to assign them? How does that work?
Absolutely. There are certain cases where the decision might not be their own because it might be something that's court ordered.
Okay.
But it's absolutely their decision on where they want to go. There are certain instances where residential treatment really should be the way that somebody goes. If somebody is in active addiction, using things like fentanyl and methamphetamine, homeless, in and out of jail, all of those things, and really needs a whole life change, then residential treatment really should be the direction that they go to receive treatment. They would receive the net treatment in that residential treatment center and then continue the program from there. For situations where, like I said earlier, if somebody's been on Suboxone for 6 years and they just want to not be on medication anymore, then residential treatment isn't exactly the best option for them. So we've tried to figure out different ways to give as many people access to it as possible. So we have the recovery housing option now, which is basically like a sober living that they can go and they can stay in for the duration of treatment, which for Suboxone is generally like 3 to 5 days. They do still have to be somewhere where they stay for that portion of time, because they are on the device for 24 hours a day for the duration of treatment, but they don't have to go and like enroll in a program if they don't feel that that's necessary for them. Did that answer your question?
Pretty much.
Fire with me.
Rebecca,
Yes.
would you care to explain, just for anybody watching, well, we want to put this out as far and as wide as possible to reach as many people, but describe what, we've heard the device a couple of times, and if anybody's seeing this for the first time, what is it, how is it, it's non-invasive effectively, and what type of addiction might it treat, in case anybody's watching that we could, promote usage of it?
So the NET device, NET stands for neuroelectric therapy. It is a device about the size of a cell phone. It's attached to 2 very small adhesive electrodes that get taped behind the ears. Completely non-invasive, nothing's going under the skin or anything. Basically, while people are using the substances that they're using, they are relying on the substances to produce all of those endorphins, neurotransmitters we're supposed to be naturally producing. The reason that people go through the intense withdrawals and cravings when they take the drugs away is because their brain just isn't producing that at the rate that they're used to. If somebody's using opiates regularly, they're flooding their brain with those things. So when they take the drugs away, they go through those withdrawals and cravings. What the NET device does is essentially kind of like a TENS unit. Like if you put a TENS unit on your muscle and it stimulates the muscle, the NET device stimulates the brain to start producing those neurotransmitters, endorphins, serotonin, dopamine, at a rate that is acceptable to the people. So when that treatment is started, it helps to alleviate the withdrawal symptoms. Within the first hour, generally, we'll see people have at least a 60% reduction in their withdrawal symptoms in that first hour. Treatment is generally between 3 to 5 days. No longer than 7 days. It depends on kind of what they're using, how long they've been using it for. And it significantly reduces craving levels also. So it helps for kind of a more comfortable, rapid detox, but also eliminating those craving levels is really what makes the biggest difference in people after they're treated. And it gives people a clarity of mind that they probably haven't had in a very long time, which gives them the best possible foundation to continue on their recovery journey. So.
And what kind of addiction might it be usable for? If
So it's
anybody's
actually,
considering it?
so it's been FDA cleared for opiates currently, but it does work for polysubstance abuse. So for opiates, for methamphetamine, for cocaine, for THC, for adulterants, which is a lot of what we're seeing also. So things that are like vet adulterants, xylazine is one that we're seeing very often right now. One of the cool things that we're able to do is when we start to see, because we're so focused on their withdrawal symptoms, we'll start to see weird things happening that don't usually happen. So like we know what heroin withdrawal looks like, we know what fentanyl withdrawal looks like. If we start seeing something happen more often with people, we start to realize there's something else that's coming into the supply. And then we research it, we learn more about it, and then we figure out a program that we can treat those things for. So xylazine is one that's like relatively new. We just started seeing it maybe the end of last year, and we have programs already for it now that we're able to treat those more intense withdrawal symptoms that come along with it.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Rebecca, be okay if I ask Michelle a question?
Yes.
Come on up. You took the time to come on down, so I don't want to leave you out. Can you talk a little bit more in depth, just what what it was like going through it, Is there anything you wish it would have done, or, because we're the fiscal court, we're trying to do things that are fiscally responsible, but we want to help people in this community. Obviously, it's not an inexpensive way to fix people, but it sounds like it's helping people immediately, which is worth millions and millions, so, but just, can you talk a little bit about your experience, as far as what was going through your head, and, I'm sure you had a choice if you could just go through regular rehab again, or to try some crazy device that looks weird, just, can you talk a little bit about that?
I have actually never been through rehab.
Okay.
But I have struggled with addiction since I was a teenager. I had a really hard upbringing. And the only thing, the one thing I noticed while I was hooked up to the net device was that it also relieved my nicotine and my sugar. And I was wondering, I'm asking questions. I'm like, well, can it be used for that? And they can't use it yet for it, but that would be great. But I've been disabled since 2011, and there's been times where I've lost my insurance, and that's where the street drugs came in. And when I had already weaned off of the fentanyl that I was taking and the opioids, and was getting Suboxone. I happened to be getting mine off the street at the time, but I had been doing that for years because my relationship with my kids were at a point where they wouldn't even speak to me anymore. And so when I started going to church, and I come across Charlie Metzger in a random meeting that we were having, and it just so happened that everybody at my table didn't show up that week. And so I moved over to the table where Charlie and his wife were, and it was a class on how to find your purpose, and he was talking about the net device, and I was like, I need to talk to you after. And I got all the information, and he helped me, and within a couple of weeks I was on the device. And the only regret I have is that I didn't know sooner. Because now I'm working with a physical therapist to try and get my body back in working order so that I can go back out and get a job.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you sharing your story. Very nice. Scar Wisman?
Ms. Warfield, I just want to thank you for your bravery and your humility in coming to speak to us. That's the public's number one fear, most humans, is public speaking, and talking about something personal. Your own testimony is big, so I just want to thank you for coming. You may have helped who knows how many that may be watching or see on the internet or something later on, so thank you.
Yeah, thank you. All right, Rebecca, I have a technical question for you.
Yes.
So you said something, the treatment varies with drugs and how many different drugs they're on. So it was explained to me, and I know basically 101 stuff when you all have been here for years now, for I don't know how many years. But it's my understanding that, it goes back here and it kind of reworks the wiring in your head. How does that work with different drugs and multiple drugs? Like for me, if you're hooking to the same two things to fix addiction, that should be it, right? But it doesn't sound like it. It sounds more technical.
I will be 100% honest and tell you that I am not the scientist of the company.
Okay.
But however, I do know that it's been through many, many years of research on different frequencies and how different frequencies at what times, on and off periods, are affecting which withdrawal symptoms and the specific withdrawal symptoms that are connected to certain substances. And so with that also, they've developed the combination programs. So it's been through many, many years of figuring those things out.
Very cool. One other question. Obviously the statistics, it's hard to keep up with everybody once they go through the programs and they get back in the real world and hopefully are doing well. Is there any way, and I guess it's a county attorney question too, for me, my one question would be, since we treated 15 people here, in Franklin County, could we at least we should be able to look at the records, see if anybody's been incarcerated since?
Yes, we have not had any incarcerations.
Oh, you have
I
not?
do know that.
Out of the 15, you've
yeah.
had none incarcerated?
No.
All right, well, that's a huge
I'm
step.
sorry, I did not include
No,
that.
and if you said it, I apologize, but I was sitting there thinking,
Sure.
surely we could look that up to at
Yes.
least see, because that would probably be a telltale if
that
they
is
were
a big-
incarcerated. So that's a great statistic there. You have
Absolutely.
something for it, Tanner?
It leads to another question. How you determine which 15 people's gonna get it?
It's determined based on eligibility, honestly. If
There's a lot of people may be eligible, so explain that to me just a little.
So the eligibility is simple, like medical eligibility. So there are certain medical reasons that might exclude somebody, a history of traumatic brain injury, if they have some sort of like seizure disorder. There's certain psych diagnoses that would exclude somebody like schizophrenia or things like that. So it's just, there's a handful of medical things that might exclude somebody from using it. Otherwise, it's anybody that is eligible to use the device can use the device.
Squire, I think it's my understanding they kind of have a committee that looks over things with the help of, doctors and to see.
We have an entire
You have a
clinical
whole
team.
team of people that look over applications and see who's best fit
What-
for it.
Correct me if I'm wrong, and I may be wrong, refresh my mind, let me put it that way. Did we fund 15? So
Yes.
what if there's 17?
Then
they
we
want more
would,
money.
yeah.
2 people not gonna get it. So that's what I mean, how you determine the eligible people, and you told me who was disqualified, which is understandable very easy.
Yeah.
But I just wondered if we had leftover people, leftover clients, or leftover need, who feels that?
So far, we have treated 2 more Franklin counties. It's funny that you would say 17 because we actually have treated 2 more.
I just picked a number
I
right
know,
now.
because we actually have treated 2 more Franklin County residents after we went through the 15 that were allotted.
At no
So
cost to the court. Right.
Squire Harris.
So what is the process for getting picked? What does someone have to do, or where do they go to apply, or how do they see if they're?
my phone is ringing constantly with people that are being referred from different places. There are also just the people that happen to come into the facilities that we're already treating in, obviously in the detention center as well. So really, it's just however they come to us is how they come to us. We're not exactly able to like advertise exactly right now.
That's my question. How do
Yeah.
you put yourself out there where more people can
Yeah.
look into?
The individual, like I said, treatment facilities are able to advertise that it's available there. We aren't exactly in a position just yet to completely advertise for us, since we are only partnered with a handful of counties currently. So we are working on that. We're also working on a state level grant also that might cover more people, so it doesn't end up only coming down to which county you're from. So.
Judge, I've got a quick question. Can you explain to them, just so people that are watching out there understand, the new rehab that we have, and as best you can explain how the treatment is different there?
Altogether recovery? How how it's different there.
Well, they're using
Okay,
trait
so
based, yeah.
I needed a little clue there. We are now with All Together Recovery, which is in Danville. I'm not sure if any of you are familiar with Mark LaPalme. He was the founder of Isaiah House, and now he is the founder of All Together Recovery. And so we had started with Mark LaPalme many years ago at Isaiah House, and so it kind of was natural for us to also go into his new facility. They offer something called trait-based transformation, which is kind of a spin on what the normal 12-step programs are. So like AA and NA, where the first step of both of those programs is admitting you are powerless. And it's a continued process of basically breaking down your shortcomings, going through all of the mistakes that you've ever made. There's a lot of focus on things like that. The difference with trait-based is their motto and their first step is start from strength. So they focus on what your traits are. And even though maybe during active addiction and maybe for many years you've been using those traits in a very negative fashion, but you can still find what was inside of you that whole time and how to turn it around into a positive way, like leadership skills or tenacity or determination and different things. So that is a new program that they are giving to every single client at All Together Recovery. And so we are kind of trying to see what that, coupled with using the NET device, what that could look like. Did that answer it?
Michelle, it's my understanding that it is less of a faith-based program too, if that's a preference, right?
The trait-based?
Then the Isaiah House is
Yeah.
predominantly, so we have a better option now for folks that's more of a preference.
Yeah, exactly. Both Yonder, which is in Berea, and All Together Recovery are not nearly as, they allow people to practice their faith, but that's not the very forefront of what the program is. So, and that was another thing that was really important to us to try to find, because it did feel like we were alienating a group of people if that wasn't something that they were comfortable with. So trying to find a way to give as many people access as possible, whether they're incarcerated, whether they don't fit into residential treatment, whether they want a faith-based program or a non-faith-based program, we're trying to build as much on that as possible. And we're actively seeking other facilities to partner with.
So the 7 that were treated in the jail, were they incarcerated, or did some go to the jail to get treated? Or were they in jail to be treated?
They were arrested
Okay.
and then were treated in
Okay.
jail. Yeah.
In jail, okay.
And I know the jail, I talked to her, she supports this program, so.
Yeah.
Be here today.
I really need to quit asking questions and we need to move on, but.
That's why we're here.
Never.
But I noticed that the Isaiah House is putting advertisements up because I've seen some yard signs about calling them. Do they, and I'm using them because that's the ones I've seen posted out. I don't know where you've seen any or not, but they're out there. Do they ever refer anybody to Net Recovery or not?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They do that.
Yeah.
So if you call them and they think they have an ability, or anybody would have ability, I guess, but they do refer them sometimes to Net Recovery operation.
So we have net techs, our employees, the ones that are actually putting the device on people and meeting with them for the duration of treatment, all of the things that go with treatment. We have somebody at Isaiah House every single day, 7 days a week. And so anybody that comes in, especially if they specifically ask for it, then they know exactly where to send them to for us to start the process with them. Otherwise, we are also combing through basically like who is coming in and who might be a good fit, just based on what drugs they're using, and talking to them and raising awareness about it and educating people so that people can continue to learn about it and know more about it.
Rebecca, we've had 17 treated, and I just want to make it very clear that we set aside money out of opioid funds, which again are funds paid by drug companies for purposefully addicting Kentucky residents, and those are not tax dollars that we've spent so far, and we still have an inordinate amount of money of opioid funds for this exact purpose, right? We're sitting on something 700,000+ earmarked funds right now, so I'm all in favor of getting everyone as much help as possible immediately. And this treatment, if I remember correct, is about $5,500 per person,
Correct.
right? So can you speak a little bit about in the pilot program we've had effectively here, I'm going to call it right now, what do you think the need is and what the capacity of your company could be if we were to agree to pay for treatment for 30 people to double the capacity of what we've already done? Would that start to meet the need, or are you being inundated with calls that there's maybe a need for 100 people to be served?
I would say definitely 30 would start to meet the need, definitely,
Okay.
and it would not place any type of like strain on our team, especially since we are already partnered with Franklin County, where we already have everything worked out in the detention center, everything we have all of that staffed and prepared for treatments there, so however many people we bring in from that, we'll be able to handle it. I didn't want to make any assumptions as to like what you guys might want to do as far as going forward with more people, so I just wanted to send you just the blank amendment for whatever you guys decided that you wanted to talk about and move forward with.
Yeah, I think like we talked about, we're running through the committee and then,
Yeah.
we'll go from there. So,
Could you speak a little bit about some of the other counties, what the I don't want to say take rate, but the usage of the program is in some of the places that are working around us? So, it would seem to be that we need to start thinking, and we already are, I think, a little bit about more of a regional approach to things, but.
Well, I will tell you, Scott County is definitely one of our most successful. That was the first detention center that we started treating in, and we've already had 2 amendments with them after their first original contract. So we just treated their 74th person, and they're going to be doing another amendment now. What they have been doing at the detention center has definitely been where we have been treating the most people, but we also have Mary Safe Haven, which is in Georgetown in Scott County. That is one of the recovery housing models, and so we've also been treating a lot of the residents there as well. So having the option of the treatment facilities, the detention center, and the recovery housing in that county has definitely been helpful. I think there might be some opportunities in Franklin County for a recovery housing model to be placed here also. But the jailer has found somebody in his detention center that is incredibly passionate about this and has really like taken it under her wing, and she's turned it into something really powerful and successful. And so I'm actually in the process of trying to get an open house put together at Scott County Detention Center for all of the jailers that we're working with, so they can see why it's turned out to be so successful there. But I would say that that's probably one of the counties where it's had a very high turnover rate.
Is there any age restrictions?
I have to be over 18. That's it. Yeah.
thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Appreciate you coming in. Thank you again for coming in and sharing your story. And keep it up. Keep up the good work.
Judge, I just want to say, I know it's fine to run something through Finance Committee, but ultimately it's the decision of this body, and I want to throw some money at 200,000 or something at this and see how many people we can get treated, because I think we just witnessed evidence that if a life can change the next day, why keep them waiting another day? And the faster we can do it, the better. And I think that creates productive citizens, and anything we can do to get those opioid funds out into the community and working to get people to become fuller community residents. That's not the way I want to say that, but
Understandable.
I'm all for it. So
Yeah, I just don't want to start shooting from the
Productive
hip. And I think
citizens.
we ran it through the thing, and
Productive
there's an opioid task force and everything else. I think we just run it through like we usually do, and we'll get
But I
back
hope-
to this as soon as
hope we can have it
possible.
back on our agenda. Maybe
Yep.
we don't meet again till the end of the month, right? So maybe
Yep.
by then it'd be great.
Alrighty, thank you again very much, ladies. Very nice.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and jump down to our minutes from our regular meeting of October 29th, 2025. Alrighty, next one is approval of minutes from the special meeting of October 30th, 2025. Looking for Will, did he just leave? He did?
His stuff's still here, he messed it up right
All right, then we're gonna bounce around. Actually, let's pull Justin and Mike up real quick. Sheriff, is that okay? Because you're gonna be with us all night anyways, and let's go ahead and let them jump up. Is that okay, Court? We jump down to 7 real quick?
Yeah.
I believe he just stepped out for a minute, so we'll let Justin come up. And I know this is something that a lot of people have been working on this. I believe we've talked about it a little bit. It's been to several committees, it's been to the road committee, it's been to finance committee. So go ahead and tell us what this one is.
So it's authorization to get our new guys that we're hiring in, take them from $18.44 to $20 an hour. And this also affects some of the employees that we have that we've already started at $18.44. We want to take them up to, which would be the equivalent of $20 an hour, which is $1.56 an hour for those 3 employees. That's pretty much it.
All right, before I ask questions, I want to thank Deputy Kennedy for working on this with Justin and Duke when he was here. I know it's an important thing. I appreciate the road committee, finance committee. Does this do you know this, or I could ask Amy maybe, I see her hiding over there from me. Is this still going to work with the budget that we have for this year?
It absolutely will work with the budget.
Yeah.
With the employees that we had at a higher rate of retirement and leaving, putting that back into our budget.
Perfect.
It totally will work perfectly fine.
Okay. All right, what questions do we have for Justin or Mike on this matter? I know everybody's been working on it, and it's finally to us. I know we had to work some details out, but
I'm glad we're finally getting it done.
we're finally getting it done. Everybody good? Squire Wisman?
Judge, we've got a listing of all the road department employees here, and we still have a vacancy of the assistant supervisor. I'm just wondering if we're gonna work to fill that sometime soon, or if you have other plans.
I don't have any other plans. It'll be a process, and I wanted the new road super to come in and see what our team was like and make a decision on his own if, he wants to do something within, or if we're gonna put it out externally or internally. So, yeah, he just started yesterday, so gonna give it a week or two, and then he and I will circle back and have that conversation.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
that's a valid question, valid question.
If we leave vacancies, then it's easy to fit things in the budget, so I just wanted to
Yeah,
make
no,
sure of that.
understandable.
But in every single closed session meeting that we've been hiring some people, I've been advocating that we increase pay, and particularly in this department, I think we need it, and maybe still some, so I'm happy to see this, so thank you all.
We've all been advocating for this one, I believe, so, all right, Justin, thank you again for
Thank you all.
stepping up and stepping in, and Mike, thank you, we'll talk soon.
All right.
Alrighty, since Will has decided to join us again, would you like to come forward? Go ahead.
We're not gonna have the new road superintendent come up and speak.
I'll see you next time.
Don't forget your mic too.
All right, thank you, Judge.
Would you
Thank
go ahead and
Court.
introduce yourself, please, for anybody who might not know your
That
shining
was
face?
the next thing I was gonna say.
Perfect.
Will Rhodes, Franklin County PVA, good to be with you guys as always. The reason I am here is because of the amendment that y'all are gonna approve for more property tax revenue from the 2024 tax year, not this current tax year. And more so, Amy and I were talking, and she was saying that she had never seen in her time being treasurer an amendment for excess property tax revenues for a tax year. So I thought it was a good time to kind of explain that process, because I don't know how many of the magistrates had seen the process or know what that is either. So basically it starts, everybody gets their assessment if it's been adjusted in the first, usually around April we mail those out. Now if they increase, everybody swears up and down they don't get them. But when they get the tax bill, they say they get them. However, every year, whether you got an assessment increase or not, you have the first 2 weeks in May to appeal, or have a conference with myself or a deputy to appeal what your assessment, your property is assessed at. If there's not an agreement reached between myself and the property owner, then it moves on to a local board that our county clerk chairs and puts together with appointees in the real estate profession throughout the community, to where I'm taken out of it, and then they kind of objectively look at that price. And then if there's no agreement reached there, it can move on to the state process. And that's what happened here. This was a commercial property owner. We were about $2.4 million apart, and then it went to the state level and was agreed upon. It is not a quick process, as our county attorney can attest to. I think it's every bit of 9 months by the time it goes through the whole process. But that's why you're here for this amendment, and I wanted to not only tell you all, but the citizens, that they have every right to come appeal that assessment if they think it's too high, and then we can go through this process. Very rare that it even comes to the local board. I think we might have had 6 parcels this past year, and then just the one to the state board. We do have one that's already at the state level this year, which is for a large amount that I hope to report on as that plays out. But yeah, so again, this was an increase for $2.4 million, and I think it's important to know that that's not what they're paying on, or that's what they're paying on, but it was just a grand total of $28,968 on that $2.4 million, and the bulk of which went to the Franklin County Public Schools. And I think your amendment for the county government portion is only $4,400. I know every little bit helps, but you know, just working for the team.
All right, what questions does the court have for Mr. Will Rhodes on this subject?
Yes, sir. While we're at it, Will, I asked you the other day, but it may be good to say here, I had some of our staff ask us a question about how does our residents go about getting a homestead exemption if they're meeting that age, and/or getting a 10-acre farming exemption if they have that much land that they've just purchased. And it's been a question that's coming up a couple times lately while we have you.
Sure, yeah, the homestead exemption is in state statute, and it provides anyone over the old age of 65 years that owns their own home to come down and get that exemption. Right now, it's a number that changes about every 3 years. Right now, last year it was 46,500. This year it's 49,100 that goes off of your assessed value and creates a new net taxable value. I want to say the rough math is you save about $300 per 100,000 on your property tax bill. And anyone over the age of 65 is more than welcome to come down to our office, fill out that form. We have a picture, take a picture ID, and you're good to go. And they can do that now and have their current property tax bill amended. We send an exoneration form to the sheriff. It's a whole process, but not a hard one for citizens.
Automatic process at all?
No, you do not. Our office sends out. I actually send out. I get a big list from the Secretary of State's office every year that lets me know when people are turning 65 years old in this next calendar year, and I actually send them a birthday card and remind them, tell them to come down and fill out that form and amend their tax bills. It's also for anyone who is 100% disabled. We would just need your award letter, determination letter, saying that you're 100% disabled, and an ID as well. Used to, that would have to be reapplied every year, but the state decided that if somebody's 100% disabled, most likely they're not coming off, so they don't have to do that yearly. Same with homestead. Once you do it, it's done. You don't have to do it every year.
And I just want to follow up with that just to make sure. Primary residence only.
Primary residence only, non-income producing.
Yeah.
Well, I take that back. If you're in a duplex, there's some math there where it would be half on one side, half another. But yes, primary residence, where you lay your head at.
Okay.
And if you do happen to be hospitalized, go to a nursing home, if you have intent on coming back to that residence, if you go down for treatment down the road or in another state, but your plan is to make it back home, that homestead exemption applies. Before I move on, Squire, about the 10 acres, usually that is automatically applied. If we see a deed has 10 acres, then you're in the ag exemption, which makes the property, your acreage is not assessed a market value, it is assessed at a soil rate that the state sets. So, something on Bald Knob Road, soil might not be deemed as valuable by the state due to crop production potential as something. So there's a sliding rate that the state actually sets due to topography, soil conditions, stuff like that. Usually, if we see a deed that has over 10 acres, that's automatically applied. Should it not be, feel free to reach out. It's not a huge process. Yes, sir.
You had mentioned that about every 3 years, the homestead exemption number changes. Can you tell us who controls that change?
That's done at the state level. That's done, it's the Bureau of Labor Statistics gets involved. It's the same in Jefferson County as it is in Robertson County as it is in Franklin, but it's about every 3 years, Bureau of Labor Statistics, CPI, so on and so forth. I foresee a lot of legislation about property taxes in this next upcoming year. I know there was a lot last year, but it didn't really go anywhere. I think they need to see how it's going to affect state level and us as well. And as we all know, when we see our tax bill breakdown, the schools. So, yeah.
All right, so let me ask Amy, because we're kind of off topic now. I appreciate you educating everybody and doing that. But Amy, anything you want to say about this agenda item as far as what Will has presented from your end? Okay, I'm just making sure. Just trying to hone back in on the agenda item. Squire Tanner.
I got one thing to say. I can tell you what happens if you got 9.9 acres in the tract.
You paying?
You pay residential price.
Will, thank you.
Residential.
Always a pleasure.
Hey, we appreciate what you and your team are doing. I know there's some people that are kind of questioning what's going on right now, but they need to realize that there's been a lot of kind of vacancy in the PVA office in Franklin County for a while, and you all are kind of getting it done, and things are changing every day. And I appreciate you working things out, like you said. I think every residential person that came to you with any kind of inquiries that maybe they disagreed a little bit,
Sure.
You've just handled it in-house. And I
Yeah,
appreciate that.
our biggest job, I feel like, is educating
Yeah.
folks of their rights and how the process works, and a lot of times where the tax dollars go, and they usually understand.
Yeah.
It gets personal because it's
Oh, it
money
does.
coming out of your billfold, but
It's
you know, all in
communication
all-
too.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. So,
But I mean, there's some people in this community that were paying the same value on their house for 15 straight years and it never appreciated, and that's been going on a long time, so.
I've seen a few of those.
I'm not calling anybody out, I'm just saying, so we appreciate it.
All right, Judge.
And I
Thank
know
you.
the schools appreciate it.
And his girls were so cute
Yeah,
last
they
night,
did a
y'all.
great job last night.
Oh my gosh, I love those
Yeah.
kids, and they were adorable.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Is the sheriff still with us?
I think he just.
All right, before that, I'm gonna jump then to 6. He stepped out for a minute. This is the reappointment of the Franklin County Board of Health. Unfortunately, Judy Mattingly is very sick. She was unable to come tonight. Before you is Elle Travis. She served first term, represented us. I talked to Deputy Kennedy because he serves on that board also. He said Elle is very involved and a great member of the board. So just wanted to bring that in front of everybody as far as a reappointment of Elle Travis to that board. And, is he out there?
He's
Okay, all right, we'll just kind of kick it here for a minute. And then, really Amy has all the other ones, so I don't, well, she left now too. I guess you're not having fun in here, everybody's leaving. I don't know what's going on in the lobby, I guess there's a party out there or something. Yeah, that's Chief Brewer's here. And Phil, the man, the myth, the legend from the State Journal. I mean, look at him, rocking front row. Sheriff, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing fine, sir.
Sorry, I think there's more fun out there than there is in here, so, we had to pull you back in here.
We had a little work issue at work, so I apologize.
Oh, it's all good, it's
Something I
all
had to
good.
take care
So,
of.
thank you for being with us tonight. As always, I appreciate you and Sheriff's Department being here during our meetings.
Yes, sir, Judge. Thanks for having me. And again, as always, special thanks to the staff and the court for your continued support for our sheriff's office. And if I could, Judge, just kind of remind everybody that we started collecting taxes, property taxes this week. So we've been super, super busy. So please be patient with us. So if you need something from our office, we kind of got all hands on deck right now, especially our administrative staff and some of our detectives are actually helping collect taxes. We've taken in 3 short days, a little over 10% of our total, a little over right at $4 million in just 3 days. So pretty busy, got a lot going on, and we just appreciate the continued support.
Thank you, Sheriff. So what do we have in front of us?
Let's see, the first one, memorandum. Okay, so as we typically do every year, we renew our MOU with the Franklin County School Systems. for our 13 SROs that we have. So that's typically done in July of every year. This past year, we actually did one. It was signed by our former Sheriff Chris Quire. We went back and thought we probably needed to have a updated one, something new signed by me, the sheriff. So we went back, renewed our MOU with the schools. You will notice that if you looked at the last year's, nothing has changed. The dollar amount is still the exact same. And we're still supporting actually 13 and a half school resource officers. Yes, we got a part-time person that fills in, so when.
I was hoping somebody wasn't pulling their own weight. You know?
No.
I'd hate to be that half of a person.
When we have an absence at the school, what we've typically done had to pull somebody off the road in order to cover the school, but we actually have a school resource officer that wanted to step back last year, wanted to go part-time, so he's actually filling that half position and being there. Mr. Kopp and the staff at Franklin County have been nothing but gracious, great to work with, very supportive of what we're doing in the schools. So this is just a little something just to renew our MOU.
So in the scheme of things, nothing's really changed. This is because you are the sheriff now and Chris has retired.
That is correct, yes, sir.
Okay, I'm just plain and simple, wanting to make sure.
That is correct.
And I do know after talking to Superintendent Kopp, he's extremely happy with you and your team and everything they do. And I've dealt with a couple of them personally, and they're phenomenal. You know, I know when that program came to us, and I tell people all the time, I was against it. You know, we don't need police officers in school, but the more I'm around it, you know, the more counselors, the more father, mother figures. It's huge to see those kids light up when they show up at their ball games and everything else, and it's everybody working together to try to make our kids better, so.
I can tell you, it's been probably one of the most positive things we've done at the sheriff's office in the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Just having those men and women inside the schools, the support that they give to the young folks, not only the young folks there, but the staff, the administration. As you said, they're coaches, they're counselors, they're fathers, they're mentors. They're all those things that I think the last piece of the puzzle that they even want to be is law enforcement. Unfortunately, we have law enforcement duties we have to do sometimes, but that is at last resort, will we have to do that or will we do that? So it's been a huge success.
Thank you.
Yes.
Squire Blackburn.
I just want to add to that. Years ago, I really advocated for police officers that you have to fill reports out all the time. If you could park at a school, they see your vehicle there. We have empty rooms, you could go in with your computer. There's all kinds of reasons. And you hit the nail on the head. You said the last thing you want to do is the policing activity. And I feel like what I see, because I'm there every day, is that. It's the community policing. And police is the harshest word in that.
Yeah.
They just happen to be wearing a different uniform or different clothing. Having that vehicle sitting in front of the school makes any person with ill intent think twice before they drive into that driveway. And there's a lot of folks that are nervous and live their lives in fear. And I feel like that really helps our community to drive by and know. And the caliber of the people that are working those positions, the things that they do for the kids, they go way well above and beyond. And you know that. You know that. And you all have done a phenomenal job in who you've placed in those positions. And I think the school is blessed by it tremendously. And it helps all the teachers, it helps all the staff, and it makes, you can eat lunch with a policeman. You see them in the hallway. It's not, kids would hide from, oh, there's a cop, or, whatever. They go up and high five and fist bumps. It's normal now. And I like the new normal.
Well, and to that point, Squire, and thank you for those words, but most of the interaction that a lot of the kids have with law enforcement is negative, potentially because of their parents. So it's the first glimpse of positive that we're here to help. So I think that goes a long way. So any other questions for Sheriff Depp while he's here on this agenda item? Sheriff, thank you again for being here.
Thank you all again for your support. Really appreciate you.
Alrighty, now I believe, looks like Amy's.
No, that's okay. I was just
You want to say something, Squire?
Just gonna make a comment that I paid my taxes the other day, and the sheriff was in there ushering people right along, helping them. He was helping them get through the line, and me get through the line.
He knows you have money in your pocket.
Well, I hope the check was good, that's all I'm gonna say.
Amy, how are you doing tonight?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good, thanks for being with us.
So this agenda item, the audit for the fiscal year 25 will be done by the state's auditor of public accounts. So I'm presenting the engagement letter and asking for authorization to move forward with the audit.
Squire Wisman.
Amy, can you just clarify the agenda item says with the jailer, but the audit contract seems to be broader for all financials? Would you just clarify what the audit engagement is specifically for? It's the title, said jailer.
It's authorization to approve the engagement letter with Allison Ball, Auditor of Public Accounts. It includes the jail.
It's for everything, right?
It's for everything.
Just the title, the inner table of comments
I'm
said
not sure
specifically
what-
jailer, so I just wanted to
I'm not sure what you're referring to.
Alrighty, next.
The next is the second reading of a budget amendment number 2. The first reading was October 15th. It has been approved by the Department of Local Government. This budget amendment does increase our budget by $1.8 million, bringing our budget to $69.6 million. Excluding capital expenses and federal projects, it's the same increase. But that budget number, excluding capital expenses and federal projects, brings the budget number to $48.1 million.
Okay, second reading on this. Any questions, concerns, comments for Amy on this agenda item? Alrighty, next.
I have another budget transfer for you. This is from last court, where $10,000 was approved of opioid settlement funds for Fresh Start Frankfurt. So I'm moving that from the contingency line to the outside agency grant line.
That other 15 was already in there, correct?
It was.
Okay, just making sure.
That's correct.
Alrighty, any questions for Amy on this agenda item? Alrighty, seeing none. Next.
And you have for the treasurer's report the revenues and expenses as of 10/31.
How's everything looking for you,
Good. We just finished strong the quarter with occupational tax. So I'll have the final numbers the next meeting for the month of October.
Perfect, thank you very much. Any comments on that?
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much. Alrighty, next is payment of claims. Anybody have any concerns, comments, questions for Kim on any of these claims to be paid? Alrighty. Next, authorization to go into closed session per KRS 61.8101CF. Discussions of proposed or pending litigation against or on behalf of the public agency. Discussions or hearings which might lead to the appointment, discipline, or dismissal of an individual employee.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. We're heading into closed session court, sorry. a motion to return into open session?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. We're in open session. Alrighty, agenda item, other business. Anybody have any other business today?
I just had one question. I had a couple previous people that worked with the road department want to know what the process is for coming back part-time. Is that something a department head needs to take up with somebody or?
Yeah.
So he just needs to,
Yeah, I talked to Mike about it today.
okay, that's what okay.
Perfect.
Good.
Thank
That's what I
you.
need to know.
Are we ready? Inch of snow predicted Monday?
Yeah, we're ready. I mean, I hope not.
Yeah.
Don't say that, but
Inch,
yeah.
inch and a half?
Alrighty, any other business before we go to voting session? Alrighty.
Judge, just a question. I brought it up before, but the minutes have been better, and I appreciate that. But should we formally adjourn the work session before we start? It's never recorded in our minutes that way, before we start the voting session. I think we probably should, as a protocol.
Never done it.
I'm gonna,
Go ahead, Squire Sebastian.
thank you, Judge, I'm sorry, it's hard.
You're fine.
I'm not sure if y'all understand me, I apologize.
You're good, go ahead.
The minutes are very clear when we move into the voting session, which is the only actionable session. So I don't necessarily know that that's a warranted thing that we need to do because we move from the work session directly into the voting session and it's noted the time that we start that. So that's just my comments back.
Okay.
And probably the rest of the members probably have the same, similar comments.
Max thoughts on that? I mean, we've never done it that way the whole time I've been on the court, because then we call roll once we get to the voting session, which kind of starts the legal part of this meeting.
Correct.
You're off. Correct. Alrighty, so let's get going. Today is November 5th, 2025,
Thank you.
and this is our voting session, so I'm gonna ask the clerk to please call roll.
We're having a
Squire Sebastian,
Here.
first court meeting, work session.
Squire Blackburn,
Present.
Squire Dykus,
Here.
Squire Harrod,
Here.
Squire Tanner,
Here.
Squire Wisman,
Present.
Judge Miller,
Present, thank you, clerk. Authorization for approval of minutes from the regular meeting of October 29th, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. Authorization for approval of minutes from the special meeting of October 30th, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. Authorization to approve the amended 2024 Sheriff's Official Report for property tax bills.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. Authorization to approve a memorandum of understanding between the Franklin County Sheriff's Office and the Board of Education of Franklin, Kentucky to provide school resource officers SRO services.
So moved.
Second.
Did you get that, clerk?
who's second?
Squire. I just said Squire, that made no sense. I'm sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. I went blank. I was like, wow. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. Authorization to approve the reappointment of L. Travis to the Franklin County Board of Health with a term ending December 31, 2028.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. Authorization to approve the new starting pay for the newly appointed light equipment operators without CDLs.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. Authorization to approve the salary adjustment increase for Matthew Tolson as light equipment operator.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. Authorization to approve the salary adjustment increase for Tyler Lacy as light equipment operator.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. Authorization to approve the salary adjustment increase for Lewis Ray as light equipment operator.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. Authorization to approve the engagement letter with Allison Ball, Auditor of Public Accounts for the year end June 30th, 2025, auditing services.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. Second reading and approval of amendment number 2 to ordinance number 4-2025 relating to budget for fiscal year 2025-2026.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. Authorization to approve budget transfers for fiscal year 2025-2026.
So moved.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. Authorization to receive the treasurer's report.
So moved.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. Payment of claims. Is there a motion to deny any claim? No motion was made. Let the record reflect claims are to be paid. Authorization to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed say nay. We are adjourned. Thank you, Court.